This video is the money part of doing your solo world traveling. Okay, let's get started. The money part is the thing that makes people think they can't do it. But guess what? If you go to a country that costs less than the country that you're living in with your USA or euros, USA dollars, you're going to come out much better. So for example, when I first started traveling 19 years ago, I mainly would go to Asia, and then I went to South America, Central America, and Mexico. So all of those places were very affordable in terms of lodging, food, transportation, everything. So Europe is affordable in the winter, so you can still go, and then Eastern European countries are also more affordable. So let's get into how you come up with the money, because if you're not thinking you can do it, you actually can. So you can choose a country to begin, like Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand, which is much lower cost. I was renting an apartment, a really nice apartment, a studio apartment in Chiang Mai, Thailand for $220 US dollars per month, and then utilities, air conditioning you do spend on that was maybe 20 or 30 more per month. It didn't have a real kitchen, so depending on what you want, the longer you stay somewhere, the more you're going to get, the more bang for your buck. So the shorter you spend, the more you're going to have to pay. So how do you come up with the money? All right, there's several ways to go about this. You can start working online. You can add a couple of side hustles. You can really go for the gusto and try and get more business in your own field. I mean, in my photography field, I'm finding that, well, what I was doing when I first started was I was going for as many photography jobs as I could get, because they're very well paying in Silicon Valley. So I was going after that. I was also doing dog sitting, which you can make about $100 a day in Silicon Valley. Dog sitting where you take care of the dog in their home and take care of the house as well. And also teaching photography and doing consultations on the phone and doing paid writing. So have a number of streams of income. You can teach English online. I got an accreditation, but I actually did not go into the teaching online because I found that it wasn't going to make me the amount of money that I was looking forward to earning. So it just depends on what you're starting with. So for example, I started traveling way before I started with my own Social Security. I started Social Security in the pandemic because my income went to zero, because I have a service-based business, and all of a sudden we couldn't have or do services. So and I did have some savings. So start from where you are. If you feel like you can't afford it because you're living on $1,000 a month, yes, you're right. But you can do more things to make more money, and you can also work as you're traveling. So don't give that up. You could do editing online. You could work on Upwork, Fiverr. I've done a few things on Upwork, but mainly the jobs that I get with writing are because of personal connections, or I reached out to someone and they wanted me to do it, or I got referred by someone. So the thing about the money, if you're going to work as you travel, is to get that all set up before you go, so you don't have to have any stress about it, because you want to make sure the money is coming in. And another thing you could do, another strategy, is renting out where you live now. I did that for several years, and that was a good way to still have a place when I got back. And also, I ended up making money on it as well. This was all before Airbnb, and I was just doing it on Craigslist, and it worked out great. I had wonderful people rent my place, and we could talk more about that as well in another video. But there's several things you can do. So that helped with many trips that I took to do that. And just in the past few years, what I've been doing is I've been mainly going to Europe and Mexico. And I have places that I particularly like. So once you find a place that you like and you get to know the owners, you can either suggest paying in cash or keep going back there. That's what I like to do. So in terms of saving the money, you have to have a travel fund that you put money into with these extra jobs that you're getting, or the fact that you're working overtime or you're doing some seasonal work. I have a couple dog sitting clients that I still have because I really like them. So I do them a couple times a year, and that's a well-paying job. And then you just have to consider that if you're going to be going away for 3 months, you have to be ready to do that. You have to have the funds to go. So after you know what everything costs, your plane ticket, your lodging, transportation within the country, all that, then you have a better idea about how much you can really save so that you don't go into debt on your credit cards. So any questions? Like, share, subscribe if you feel this is a benefit to you, or you want to share it with somebody else who's considering doing solo travel worldwide. It's really fun, doesn't cost as much money as you think, and it does help you to grow and keep you young. So I'll see you in the next video. Please ask any questions below and I will answer.